Allow me to introduce you to the SAFE Amendment, an idea whose time has come to return control of American democracy to the American people. This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Lincoln's profound words shined as a beacon for liberty during one of America's darkest hours. They still ring true today as when he first spoke them in the Gettysburg Address more than a century and a half ago. But his words also imply an opposite truth, a warning. A government that no longer exists of the people, by the people, and for the people can indeed perish, and the rest of America along with it. Yet we the people can avoid such a fate by amending our U.S. Constitution. Hello, my name is Thomas Lincoln Pilling, but you can just call me Trucker Tom. I am the author of the SAFE Amendment. I am just an average, hardworking guy who loves America very much. I drive a semi-truck for a living to support my family. Previously, I worked in advertising and graphic design until the Great Recession of 2008. These colorful samples show just some of the advertising projects that I designed. Like so many Americans, I feel frustrated by our government leaders. Too many of them seem to care more about their billionaire buddies and corporate donors than they do about average citizens like you and me. My motto is, don't get mad, get even, by upping our game to level the playing field. Thus, I came up with a bright idea. Why don't we legally force our government to become more accountable to all of us citizens through a 28th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution? The SAFE Amendment could do just that. The SAFE in SAFE Amendment spells a catchy, easily remembered acronym. It stands for Safeguarding American Fair Elections. There remains nothing more important to ensuring our freedom as Americans than by protecting our sacred right to vote in fair elections. We all need to ask ourselves the following questions. Should dark money from anonymous billionaires and nameless corporations be taken out of politics? Instead, why don't we publicly finance political campaigns from our tax dollars? Do we want to outlaw lobbyists in the back rooms of sleek office buildings so that we can get politicians to pay attention to us instead? Should everyone be treated equally under the law so that no one, not even the president nor the richest billionaire, stands above the law? Do we want to get rid of partisan gerrymandering, which unfairly favors one political party over another and ignores the actual constituent makeup of a community, resulting in electing political representatives who do not actually represent most of the citizens whom they are supposed to serve? Do we want our government leaders to end the gridlock caused by their endless partisan bickering and instead conduct themselves openly, honestly, and ethically for a change? Should we hold our politicians accountable for their words and actions? Why are we the only democratic nation in the modern world to use the antiquated electoral college system instead of the popular vote to elect our president? Shouldn't the presidential election winner be determined by who gets the most votes, the popular vote, instead of by the Electoral College choosing the winner for us? Should we indict and arrest a sitting president when clear evidence implicates him in having committed serious crimes? Do we want to outlaw racist words, symbols, and behaviors that have proven so caustic to our democratic way of life, and to remove their free speech protections in the same way that people are not free to falsely yell "fire" in a crowded theater? Should we prohibit the president from pardoning his cronies whenever he wants, or even more ludicrous, from attempting to pardon himself for crimes that he has committed? Do we want an unstable, unhinged president to launch a nuclear attack, possibly threatening all life on Earth, without imposing any common-sense checks and fail-safes on his power to do so? The SAFE Amendment tackles all of these questions and some other important concerns in very clever, meaningful ways. It provides steep penalties, including hard time in prison, to keep politicians honest and punish anyone who would corrupt our political system and violate the public trust. A light slap on the wrist and 6 months in a low-security Club Fed won't suffice anymore. No, I'm talking about mandatory minimum sentencing of 10 to 25 years in a cold, dark, federal maximum security penitentiary without the possibility of parole. I applaud political leaders who propose new federal laws to clean up corruption from our politics. Such new laws would protect us better than having nothing at all. But any law, no matter how well-intentioned, can be easily watered down or overturned by future hostile lawmakers and negative Supreme Court decisions. Too often, big-dollar donors spend millions and even billions to buy influence and control over our legislatures, to change laws, and to handpick new judges, all to benefit these donors, but not to help the rest of us, effectively stacking the deck in their favor, and giving every hard-working American a slap in the face. But not so with a constitutional amendment. An amendment cannot be changed as easily as other laws. It largely remains impervious to the whims of future political trends and powerful special interests. The Supreme Court cannot overturn an amendment, but it must obey it to the letter. It cannot be watered down or eliminated except by the long and arduous process of another amendment to repeal it. That makes it the most probable way to guarantee lasting positive change for all of us, as well as for our future generations of Americans. I spent over 2 years writing this amendment. I poured my heart and soul into it through seemingly endless research and countless rewrites. I somehow managed to do this Herculean task while working 70 hours a week, driving an 18-wheeler across the USA. In the end, I've completed around 20,000 words that span 31 typewritten 8.5 by 11 pages. You can email me anytime for a free PDF file of the SAFE Amendment. Send your email to safe.amendment@gmail.com and write "Free SAFE Amendment PDF" in your email's subject line. I hope that you will find the amendment to be a very good read. Yet I realize that my work on this project comprises merely the first draft for some very compelling solutions. The proposed framework of this amendment may evolve into something even grander as it enters into the public sphere through such online forums as YouTube. This first draft marks a starting point for discussion and debate on the ideas that it presents. I hope you will join me in this cause. You can start by checking out the SAFE Amendment channel on YouTube. Tell a friend about the SAFE Amendment, and let your elected representatives in government and all the presidential candidates know how you feel about this idea, so that all of us, working hand in hand to pass such an amendment, can transform America into a fairer, kinder, and truer place for us all. Together, we can all make a difference. Join the movement today. You can also help the movement through your generous financial support. The Safe Amendments YouTube channel has been developed on a shoestring budget. Even this GoFundMe video was edited and produced on the cheap, done so entirely on my smartphone. I am not independently wealthy, and my trucking wages mostly allow me and my family to barely make ends meet. I do what I can from such humble means to advance this amendment one step at a time. If you believe as strongly as I do that the time has come for such a constitutional amendment, then please contribute. Your financial generosity will be met with heartfelt gratitude as you help me to do more to promote this amendment's cause. Your contribution will not be tax deductible at this time, but it will certainly help me strive toward achieving some important goals, including 1. To acquire computer, camera, and other audiovisual equipment, as well as software, to produce more professional-looking videos. 2. To create and launch the Safe Amendment website to increase our movement's web presence, as well as to provide another internet platform from which to promote this cause, including with domain names that I've already purchased. And 3. To explore the possibility in the future of forming a nonprofit organization, foundation, or other legal entity to further advance the amendment to the American public. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it sparks the genesis of something very momentous and marks a turning point for taking back control of American democracy.